Hi and welcome to the Market Alert for Friday, the 15th of December 2023. So crude oil, crap stocks and credit saw amid hedge fund carnage ahead of the largest OPEX in history. So we've got the options expiration today, and according to this headline, it's the biggest one in history. So that's going to be something in the region of 5 trillion. I know that we were 4 trillion last month, so that's going to be adding a bit of volatility to the markets today, but that'll take place around 12:30 a.m. onwards, I would have thought. And also US stocks edged mild gains as yields continue to decline, while data was also encouraging. Well, of course it is when it's manipulated. Economic news today, it's that horrible day for day traders. It's the flash news market reacts to the release of these every half an hour or an hour in hourly intervals, so just be warned of that one. And then of course the US releases theirs from 1:30, 2:15 and 2:45 with additional news out of Empire State and industrial production. So there we go. Right, let's have a look at the markets for yesterday. Kick off with the Dow. And once again, despite a bit of supply coming into the market, we can see prices continue to make new all-time highs and up on the overnight as well. So the new all-time high is yesterday's high that needs to be taken out at 37,317. 30-minute chart, a bit choppy yesterday, but you can see overnight the market has sorted itself out and is already traded to the high of yesterday. So it just needs to get above this. It's Friday, we got the flash news. They won't want the market down for the weekend. They want headlines of the best week ever for the US markets, and that's how they'll play this one out today, I suspect. In the German DAX, an interesting picture here. The market down yesterday, a lot of volume as well. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that it's the top of the market. It's a good indication, but what I would do is put a fib retracement just on this one price bar, because we haven't got, with the high and the lower outside of the previous range. I'm just going to expand this out a bit so you can see the numbers. And what you want to do is to keep an eye on these two at the top here. If we get a rally today, watch for these two lines and see if the market fails. And that will give further indication based upon the volume that came in yesterday and also the momentum switching down that there is a potential top in place. But the market's got to get through the 5 bar yet. We've got the flash news. It's Friday, but watch the 78 and 89 level of this one particular bar, because it is indicative of a market stopping, and also what follows after is the important bit, a failure to get above the 78 and 89% retracement there. So yesterday the DAX sold off, went down to the previous day's low and beyond, which you can see there. There's the low just tucked away there, and then tested huge climatic volume and brought the market back nowhere near the high of yesterday, unlike the Dow at the moment. So this market's struggling. Watch the DP level, the 50 EMA and the 200 MA there as well. S&P 500 continues to move higher as well. Yesterday another new high, but it's not the all-time high for the S&P, as we already know. But let's just remind ourselves of where the S&P could go. It's the only market that we look at that needs to actually make a new all-time high at 4817. So keep an eye on this level. 30-minute chart yesterday, shakeout in the afternoon, market being brought back, but it too, like the DAX, hasn't taken out the high of yesterday on the overnight market. So an interesting picture there as well, a bit of weakness around. Be interesting to see how much the option expiration impacts on the market as well later. So the FT100 has traded back up to the recent high, which you can see there, 7701, and the market shows some selling also for this area. We're just about to cross over on the stochastics. We're in overbought territory as well. Just have a look at the monthly charts. We're way below the all-time high in this particular market, so no great shakes there. Market stuck in a range, incredible. There's certainly a range bound situation going on there, coming out and then inside of there. Over the last few months the market definitely stuck in that range. 30-minute chart for yesterday, market up. Interest rates for the Eurozone, get my teeth in this morning and brain engaged. Eurozone and the UK keeping rates unchanged, and then the market moving lower there, as you can see, down to the high of the previous day when we had the big pump to the upside following the release of the FOMC meeting minutes, and the market now finding support at the DP there. US dollar continues to remain sideways, which you can see that's, well, sideways to lower. Market selling off again yesterday, finding a bit of support overnight. Be interesting to see how this fares today, because we're now back below the 20 and the 5 MA there. Let's have a look at the metals, and another day to the upside, but just check out that volume for yesterday. This market is going to struggle to move any further to the upside, given that the dollar is also finding support as well. If it's going to get through this area, it's going to have some serious volume to drive past that. That is a huge amount of volume and indicative of stopping volume. So again, it will be interesting. Let's just see where we are on the fib retracement. We also looked at this yesterday. We're at 50%. That's an interesting level. 20 bar moving average as well. So there's a potential there for this one to move back to the downside. 30-minute chart choppy yesterday, and there's the volume coming in, which was, let's just have a look at the time of that, 6 p.m. Very interesting. So this happened overnight. The market showing some weakness, nowhere near the high or the close of yesterday's, down to the DP. I should be watching this one closely to see if it gets monkey hammered today. Meanwhile, in gold, also big volume bar as well, one of the largest ones we've seen since we had this top a few days ago. So again, I'll be watching this one closely as well. Like I say, the dollar, if we just nip back to that, finding support 2 days down. It's unusual for it not to find support and attempt to move back to the upside there. So there we go. We've got the market stuck in that sideways range in the 30-minute gold market there as well. Still above $2,000, but I bet we go back below it before long. And in the gold-silver ratio, you can see down again yesterday, but that's if this was had volume in it, that would be stopping volume as well. Narrower range than the previous day, and starting to turn green there. We're going back up to the top here, aren't we? Without any doubts whatsoever. And another one that I forgot to look at this morning is the VIX, just to throw this one in, still down at those low levels there of 1248. Okay, let's have a quick look at the basic trades for yesterday, and we'll start off with those and then have a look at the overnight markets before we finish off. So yesterday we got support in the pre-market at this level here, and the first trade was a short down to this, but as I said in yesterday's market alert, the 17,000 was going to be gunned for, so the short side was a dangerous side. So down to the scalp, market reverse, we get some buying coming in, market moves to the upside there and trades up to the 17,000 level. And as it went through there, I said, thank you very much. I will take the profits off the table, because when a market not only makes a new all-time high, but goes through a psychological level, most traders will bail, because it will take a lot more to actually move the markets through and continue through that level. And having come up already 2,500 points since October the 27th, then you can expect some profit taking coming into the market. And that's exactly what we saw as the market then decided to pull back. We then get a retracement from there back to there, and you will see in a moment we get a potential sell signal, and then the market starts to move lower, and it's a case of just holding this trade throughout as the market then descends, goes through the high, and then all the way down, as you can see there. Now we're going close to the DP, and as the market comes back and closes above the 5 MA, I decide to jump ship there and take the profits off the table. And that was the only other trade that we had yesterday morning. So let's move on. Big galling really, because the market then closed and back below the 5 bar moving average, and then went down to the DP, which could have been 100 points, but not to worry. 80 or 79 was fine, plus the 30 odd points in the long as well. So the market in the afternoon moving down. I wasn't at the desk. I was at my grandson's first nativity play. Some things are just more important than the markets, so I didn't see much of the action, unfortunately. We went through the low of Wednesday, and then we had this sort of retracement, short covering market up towards the low, and then trading just sideways thereafter. So as we went into the 4 o'clock cut-off period there. So that was yesterday. Let's have a look at the overnight. And at the moment we're way below yesterday's high. Just squeeze this down and you can see the high is up here. It's a long way off, and as we currently see it, we're 200 points, 225 points away from yesterday's high. So it would be one hell of a retracement, as we saw earlier in the German DAX with the 78.89, if the market can do that. So at the moment we're stuck in this sideways range. The market's finding support at the 200 MA at the moment. Let's just have a look, see how far we are from the low of yesterday as well. We're just below the DP, so down around 125 points to the low is what we're seeing there. And we've already looked at the daily charts, and like I say, there's got to get through these retracements, which I'll just pop back on here, through those levels, in order for the German DAX to move higher. So we're going to have to see what happens with all of the flash news, the option expiration today, and going into the weekend, where they like to move the markets back into the highs for the news to say everything's fine and dandy. But given the volume for the German DAX yesterday, it's going to be interesting to see if it can hold. If it breaks the low, then expect the market to continue as well. Okay, that's it for this one. As ever, thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, and I will see you in the next one.